God of War is a non-stop whirlwind of emotions and bloody action. This game is a masterful composition of exceptional interlocking parts. And over the course of 25 hours, its design pays off in unexpected ways in both the gameplay and the fish out of Greek water's story. And it's all framed by one continuous camera shot that never cuts away or takes the focus off the heart of it all: the relationship between a thoughtfully reimagined Kratos and his young son.
Wow. Never been this close to the mountain before. Looks so big.
The dichotomy between Kratos and Atreus plays out in stirring and very human moments throughout the story, as the pair mourns the loss of their wife and mother and sets out on a quest to fulfill her final wishes.
Oh boy.
I was surprised by how often I saw myself in both of their well-worn shoes. I can't quite remember a father-son dynamic so successfully developed and used to ground a fantastical adventure. This depth and complexity transforms Kratos from the previous God of War games' flat embodiment of the bloodthirsty warrior cliché into an internally conflicted father who can stand shoulder to shoulder with my favorite protagonists in recent media. Christopher Judge turns in a fantastic performance as Kratos with his booming voice.
Slow down. Your haste will cost us.
And Sonny Sulich does just as well as Atreus.
Can I have my bow back now?
And they're bolstered even more by a wonderful ensemble cast, including one of my favorite supporting characters in a game in years. The main villain and many of the supporting characters are complex in their motivations too. While I would have liked to see a few more scenes featuring the main antagonist, the moments involving the entire ensemble are not only captivating, but often intriguingly mirror the story of Kratos and Atreus. The intimacy of the story is strengthened by God of War's single-shot camera style, which, unless you die, never cuts once, from title screen to ending credits. It enhances the sense of scale when fighting huge enemies, but more importantly, it made me feel closer to Kratos. At the most tense and heartbreaking points, the camera forces you to sit with him through every second of it.
We're gonna fight that?
We have no choice.
The relationship between father and son is smartly woven into battle, in that Atreus doesn't require a babysitter. Instead, he's a nearly invulnerable ally who fires arrows at your enemies on command and can be upgraded to do even more.
Should I fire?
And fear not, there are thrilling battles aplenty that carry forward the blood-soaked traditions of the series. Kratos' signature weapon this time out is the Leviathan Axe, which is one of the best weapons I've used in any recent game. Its best trick is that it acts just like Thor's hammer Mjolnir, as depicted in the Marvel movies. Thanks to a great sound and subtle vibration, the feel of throwing and recalling the Leviathan is just so damn satisfying, even hundreds of throws later. From the very beginning, finding the right combination of slicing, throwing, assistance from Atreus, and parrying with the retractable shield makes battles a bloody ballet of timing. But a variety of unlockable special attacks and upgradable armor for both Kratos and Atreus lets you customize your fighting style and execute some flashy moves. Late and post-game scenarios also required me to switch things up thanks to a variety of enemies. The bigger enemies put up a great fight, but some of the best battles come from human-sized foes who also offer a worthy challenge. Most notably, there are a couple of stellar boss fights that do a fantastic job of showcasing Kratos' god-level strength. God of War's open but contained nature shepherds you through certain locations with its quest chain, but the world unfolds through smart integration with the story. There are great optional areas you can entirely miss if you don't take Atreus' hints to explore, and both these and the locations that are key to the story make smart use of Norse figures and locations. Some areas are also reshaped throughout the story in ways that make repeat visits valuable and exciting, and eases the pain of some late-game backtracking. Knowledge of lore is its own reward in God of War.
Look here.
And I loved searching out every bit of mythology I could find. Even after the story ended, I've sunk at least another 10 to 15 hours into exploring the world. And by all indications, I still have a bit to find. That's in part because of how gorgeous everything looks, from the environments to small details on Kratos and Atreus. Even during the 10 or so hours I played on a launch PlayStation 4, I marveled at the scenery. Then I played God of War on a PS4 Pro, and was blown away by the true level of detail the world holds when bumped up to checkerboarded 4K. All of this beauty comes at a cost, however, and that means God of War runs at 30 frames per second or so, instead of the 60 frames that makes action games feel so much smoother. That said, the world largely ran well for me outside of the occasional frame rate dip. I expected great action from God of War, and it delivers that handily, but I didn't expect it to be a thrilling journey in which every aspect of it complements the others to form a masterpiece that is by far the most stirring and memorable game in the series. Its world is vibrant, thoughtfully constructed, and packed to the brim with secrets I'm still uncovering, centered around a tale that revolutionizes a one-note character into one of gaming's greats. That sense of discovery is rare, and one that should be experienced firsthand. For more, be sure to check out our graphics comparison of God of War running on PS4 and PS4 Pro, and listen to our Podcast Beyond spoiler-free discussion to find out more. And for all things God of War, stay tuned to IGN.